stop there. What's up? In this video, we're gonna be learning part 5. 5, not 10. 5, 6? No, 5. I'm about starting to lose track, guys. We're on part number 5 of this series on how to play classical gas. We're gonna be learning kind of that bridge, I would call it, maybe? Bridge or musical interlude. That's what it is. Let's talk about that. Can I steal Written Link's intro? Is that legal? Let's just get into the video. Hey guys, my name is Evan DiDio. Welcome back to the Evan DiDio show. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to play part 5, or kind of a musical interlude to classical gas. And I wanted to thank you all very much for joining me today. Remember, this channel is all about bringing music appreciation for the next generation by bringing music tutorials like this one, song lessons, vlogs, product reviews, all that fun stuff that I think every musician will enjoy. So please consider subscribing, liking this video, and sharing it with your friends. But thank you again for coming back to part 5 in this series. Now remember, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I really recommend watching part 1 right now, especially the end, because I talk about important practicing techniques that you need to know to be able to play this song, and that I just laid that out in part 1. It took a little while to finally lay it out, but I think it'll really help you greatly because it took me 6 months to learn this song. 6 whole months. And I've learned lots of things that can help you do it even faster than that, and I lay them all out in the first video, and I'm trying to lay them out a little bit in each video as well. So thank you again for watching, but I think without further ado, let's get into the video. Now if you've been watching this series, you remember you remember that part. Now this part is almost like that, except you just stay on the A minor for a while. And then after the A minor you go into an arpeggiating sequence, and then you build back up into the pre-chorus. Remember that part. So we're going to be talking about that, and this was really the hardest part of the song for me to learn. Why? I have no idea. Maybe it's just because it's totally different from the rest of the song, but it took me a while to figure this song out, especially this part. So don't let it discourage you if it's really difficult for you. Just figure it out note by note and try to get everything as clean as possible, and that'll really help you in the end. Alright, let's jump into the tutorial. Alright, so this first part, we're doing that intro part that we did in verse 1. Except we're kind of going back and forth. So we're hammering on and pulling off with our first finger on the first fret of the B string, and then hammering back on again, hitting the G string, going back up to the B string, and then we're starting kind of just a straight up arpeggio. We're starting on the A string, but putting our pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then you do that again, except you take your pinky off. And then hit the A and the B string again. So this part sounds like this. Like that. And then you do that again and again and again, about 4 times I believe. You can do it longer if you want to, but I recommend 4 times because it gets a little monotonous. And then we get to the part that took me a little while to figure out. I keep wanting to go back into that, but we're not talking about that right now. Alright, so we're starting off. Still, you can keep the A minor shape just to know where you're at. So we're hitting the low A string and the high E string at the same time. Then hitting the B string, and then going back up to the E string, hitting the A string and the B string with our third finger on the third fret of the B string. And remember, all the bass notes are played with our thumb over here on our right hand, or left hand if you're left-handed. Then you hit the open B string, hit that third fret again, then we're coming down to our first finger on the first fret of the B string, and then hitting with our second finger on the second fret of the G string, going back up to the first fret. It's kind of a pattern, hitting the open A and open B strings, the open G string, then back up to the open B string, come back up with our second finger on the second fret of the G string, hit the open B string, put our first finger on the first fret of the B string, and then hit open B again, like that at the end of the sequence. And then we come up here to a C chord. But real quick, let's go ahead and play through what we have so far. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's when we come up to the C chord. Alright, remember to slow this video down if you need to slow it down, or even speed it up if you want to speed it up. Don't really recommend doing that though. So right now we're on the C chord. Hit the A string with your thumb again, and the high E string. And then we come down to the B string with our fourth finger, our pinky, on the third fret of the B string, still keeping that C shape. Hitting the open E again, and then taking our pinky off for the first finger on the first fret of the B string. Come back and hit the low A string again. Hit the open G string, the first fret of the B string, and then open B string. Then we're coming down to this chord shape again, with our second finger on the second fret of the A string and our third finger on the third fret of the B string. Hitting the G string and the B string. That's what we're doing right there. Hitting the low A string again. Pulling off with our first finger on the first fret of the E string, hitting the B string again with our fourth finger still on it, and then open G string. And then we're coming down to the A minor shape again, like that. So you don't have to keep an A minor shape if you don't want to. I like to, just so I can see what chords I'm at, and it helps me remember how to play it too. So we're hitting the open A and the open E, our fourth finger on the third fret of the B string, arpeggiating through that just like that, and then hitting the first fret of the B string again over here with our first finger. Arpeggiating through the A minor chord, except we hit the first fret and then we take it off. Then we come up to this G shape again, except it's not a full-on G. like you might be used to, our pinky or our fourth finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string. It's almost a G7, but that D note makes it sound really nice, the 5 in the the 5 in the G key. We're hitting the low E string with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret right there. G and B strings again. Pulling off with our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the high E string to the open E string and then the B string. And then we come back here to the C chord. Now instead of hitting both the A of the high E string together, we're just hitting the A string. This time around it might feel a little more offbeat. It's just because we're not playing it the same way we were before. Yeah. Playing that almost the same way. Like that. Play that chord again the exact same way as we did before. The A minor we play the same as we did before. But when we come up to this G shape, we don't put our 4th finger there. We just put our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. Do this little walk down. We hit the low E string, then the G string, and then the B string. Do the same thing, just on the 2nd fret. And then we do that E minor just like we did earlier in the series. And then that's where we go into part 6. But thank you guys again for watching this video. Now next will be part 6 where we go into... but we add some fun harmonics that I think we're getting into the funnest part of the song, okay? Just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. We're getting into the funnest part of the song. I think you will enjoy it. But if you like this video, please smash the like button, hit the share button, share it with your friends, especially if they'd like to learn this song on guitar. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get to them. But again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next part of this series, or maybe in another video. Who knows? Join me in one of my next live streams. Love to see you there. Alright, peace.